Welcome to NEBBY AF. Enjoy these 15 interesting facts you may have not known about Africa. The continent of Africa is as mysterious as it is beautiful. Africa is the second largest continent on Earth, after Asia. It is home to a population of about 1 billion people and covers about 11% of the world's total land area. The African continent is full of natural wonders and historical sites, from Mount Kilimanjaro to Cairo, from Rio de Oro to Timbuktu, from Serengeti National Park to Victoria Falls. Africa has an extraordinary mix of landscapes, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to the Indian Ocean in the east, and from the Sahara Desert in North Africa to lush scenes of tropical rainforest in Central Africa. Without further ado, welcome to NEBBY AF. Enjoy these 15 interesting facts you may have not known about Africa. Number 1. According to experts that research the history of the African continent, the original ancient name of Africa was Alkebulan. This name translates to Mother of Mankind, or the Garden of Eden. Alkebulan is an extremely old word, and its origins are indigenous. Many nations in Africa used this word, including the Ethiopians, Nubians, Moors, and Numidians. Many experts believe that the name actually came from two Phoenician words. These words were friki and farika, which would translate corn and fruit, respectively. In fact, Africa was named after a Roman general and statesman, Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus. Often regarded as one of the best military commanders and strategists of all time, his greatest military achievement was the defeat of Hannibal at the Battle of Zama in 202 BC. This victory in Africa earned him the surname Africanus. Number 2. Although there are many African sects, faiths, and traditions, as a result of colonialism, Christianity and the Islamic faith have taken lead. Christianity is the dominant religion in Africa. Islam is not too far behind and takes second place. There are also many different languages spoken on the continent. But, the most widely spoken language as a whole is Arabic, by about 170 million people, believe it or not. Followed by English, by 130 million people, then Swahili, French, Berber, Hausa, and Portuguese. There are also many different languages that are spoken here which we doubt that you have even heard of. Number 3. It is thought that there are more than 3,000 ethnic groups in Africa. The most populous include the Luba and the Mongo in Central Africa, the Berbers in North Africa, the Shona and the Zulu in Southern Africa, and the Yoruba and Igbo in West Africa, and these are just a few. Amazed yet? Keep watching, it only gets better. Number 4. The San people, otherwise known as Bushmen or the Bush people, are the oldest tribe in Africa and are reported to be the direct descendants of the first Homo sapiens. They have lived in southern African countries like Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, and Angola for over 20,000 years. Number 5. Nigeria is the most populous African country and the 7th most populous globally, providing a home for over 200 million people. Nigerians account for roughly 17% of the continent's entire population. Africa's most populous city, Lagos, is also in Nigeria. Number 6. The Seychelles has the lowest population of any country in Africa, with around 98,000 people, 25% of which live in the capital, Victoria. However, off the record, Namibia is the least densely populated African country, with large areas of desert making much of the country uninhabitable. Number 7. The tallest mountain in Africa is Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. With a total height of 19,341 feet (895 meters), it's also the highest freestanding mountain in the world. It is capped by a year-round glacier and can be climbed by anyone of reasonable fitness. Number 8. The Nile is both the longest river in Africa and the longest river globally, which runs for 4,258 miles/853 kilometers through 11 countries, from Egypt, Ethiopia, Uganda, to Rwanda. Now that's a distance. It comprises two major tributaries, the Blue Nile and the White Nile. Number 9. The Victoria Falls, also known as the Smoke That Thunders, is Africa's largest waterfall. Located on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, the waterfall measures up to 5,604 feet, 1,708 meters wide and 354 feet, 108 meters tall. It is the largest sheet of falling water in the world. Number 10. Did you also know that the largest mammal in Africa is the African bush elephant? The biggest specimen tipped the scales at 11.5 tons and measured 13 feet, 4 meters in height. This subspecies is also the largest and heaviest land animal on Earth, beaten in size only by the blue whale. Number 11. Egypt might be well known for its pyramids, however, many individuals don't realize that the nation of Sudan, in Africa, has a sum of 223 pyramids. This is twice the amount that Egypt has. These neglected pyramids are called the Meroe Pyramids. These once made up the capital of the Kingdom of Kush, administered by the Nubian rulers. Number 12. Lakes are known to be one of the most beautiful bodies of water on Earth. They provide tons of benefits to humans and offer extensive habitats for various kinds of wildlife, whether marine, aerial, or terrestrial. But what if these magnificent bodies of water that are supposed to provide life are actually meant to take it? Lake Kivu is one of a few lakes coating the East African Rift Valley, where structural powers dynamically pull the African mainland separated. It lies between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The notorious African lake covers 1,040 square miles, or 2,700 square kilometers of surface region, and is probably the biggest lake on the landmass. It estimates 55 miles or 90 kilometers in length from north to south. Sitting at a height of approximately 4,790 feet or 1,460 meters, the lake has a typical profundity of 722 feet or 220 meters, yet arrives at a greatest depth of 1,558 feet or 475 meters. The bank of Lake Kivu is rough and tough, with various islets. Moreover, volcanic ramblings along the lake's northern border built an obstruction, isolating Kivu from Lake Edward in Uganda, barring its northern surge and switching its waste to the Ruzizi River and into Lake Tanganyika. Perhaps Africa's biggest lake and among the most profound lakes on the planet. Lake Kivu's seashores are intensely populated. The main towns that settle by the lake's shores are Bukavu and Goma in Congo and Rwanda's Gisenyi. Number 13. This may come to no surprise to many, but there are those who still debate this. The fastest land animal on Earth, the cheetah, can achieve short bursts of up to 112 kilometers per hour, 70 miles per hour. It is supremely adapted for speed with a thin, light build. Its enlarged heart, lungs, and nasal passages allow its blood to replenish with oxygen rapidly. Number 14. The hippo is the deadliest large animal in Africa, although it pales compared to man himself. However, the single biggest killer is the mosquito, with malaria alone claiming 435,000 lives worldwide in 2017, 93% in Africa. Number 15. As you probably already know, Africa has a very warm climate and it is actually considered to be the world's hottest continent. Around 60% of land is dry and covered by desert, and the Sahara is the world's biggest desert with temperatures often topping 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. But whilst the hottest recorded temperature on Earth was once in Africa in El Azizia, Libya at 136.4 degrees Fahrenheit 58 degrees Celsius, the continent also has the other extreme with the coldest temperature in Africa being as low as -11 degrees Fahrenheit -23.9 degrees Celsius in Afrain, Morocco. This just shows the diversity of the different countries here in Africa, and the differences don't end with the climate. And we've finally reached the end of 15 of the most amazing facts about this beautiful African continent. For more facts about any topic, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below on what we should cover next. Thanks for watching.